This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Betsy.
Marcy.
Well, today I'm going to tell you about the place where my sister is about to get married.
Ooh, fun.
Because I was like, I bet this place is haunted. And you're going to know why I thought it was haunted as soon as I tell you what it's called.
Okay.
It's called Nottoway Plantation.
I had a feeling.
And while, hey guys, I'm not very into doing stuff at a plantation because I feel like it's got bad vibes.
Yeah.
I don't like the history of it. But there aren't a lot of cool places in Louisiana, so like, whatever. It's in White Castle, LA, which is like kind of outside of Baton Rouge in Iberville Parish.
Okay.
So the guy who this is his plantation, was this guy, John Hampton Rudolph, and his family moved into the home in 1859. So, and this was like his big, huge achievement that he was a sugar planter, and
I thought you were gonna say a sugar daddy.
He kind of is a sugar daddy. And he had built this palace, and he was going to launch his sons and daughters into society. So he was actually born in 1813 in Nottoway County, Virginia, and then his father moved the family to Mississippi in 1820, and then his dad became a federal judge appointed there by President Monroe. And in 1837, John, the son, married Emily Jane Little, and he eventually had 11 children with them.
Whoa.
With her. So he had a wedding gift from his father-in-law of 20 slaves and $20,000. What a sweetie.
Nice.
Also, his dad gave him a lot of money. I feel like this is like one of those self-made man things where his daddy gave him money and then he had a dowry of like slaves and money.
Yeah.
And he's like, look what I've made for myself, a plantation. So he establishes himself as a cotton farmer, but early on decided sugar would be more lucrative. So in 1841, he scraped together all that he could because people gave him a bunch of money, borrowing and mortgages, and moved his family to Iberville Parish, Louisiana, and he purchased this parcel of land that would become Nottoway Plantation.
Wow.
And by 1860, the plantation had grown 6,200 acres are planted.
Whoa.
And it was cared for is what they say. I'm not saying this. By 155 slaves.
Stop.
Making John Randolph one of the largest slaveholders in the South. Something to truly brag about.
Oh.
Okay.
Cared for. Fuck off.
Cared for. It's so weird how people write this shit. Mm-hmm. And then I just read it like a fool. All right. So Randolph, so this is happening around the time of the Civil War.
Yeah, okay.
So Randolph did not favor succession, which means that he was like, no, we can't leave. Yeah. We got to be a part of the United States. Uh-huh. But once war was declared, he did give money to the Confederacy because I think for a couple of reasons. One, because he's like, well, I need these people caring for my fields. And also, like, it would be pretty hard to live in an area and not give that money to people. But I'm not making excuses for him. He sent 3 of his sons to war. His eldest was killed at the Battle of Vicksburg. And then he spent the majority of the war in Texas with 200 of his slaves, where they continued to support the war effort through cotton production. Interestingly enough, Mrs. Randolph stayed in Louisiana with the youngest children. So 3 minus 11 is 8. So 8 little kids. He left. He goes to fucking Texas with all of the slaves, and he's like getting a cotton plantation out there. And her and a bunch of little kids are left here because he hoped their presence would save the plantation from destruction from the Union soldiers. Isn't that some cowardly bullshit?
That's fucking bullshit.
I mean, he's already like a doofus, but I bet talking shit about him, I'm gonna really get it when I go there.
Ooh, you're gonna get haunted at your sister's wedding.
At different times, the plantation was occupied by Union and Confederate troops, and the grounds were like kind of damaged, and animals were stolen, but it survived the war. And then afterwards, after the Emancipation Proclamation, John returned, and he had contracted 53 of his former slaves, and they continued working for him as paid laborers. Nottoway remained in the Rudolph family until 1889, when Mrs. Rudolph sold it after he died, and then it passed through several hands and experienced periods of deterioration until it was sold, restored, and repurposed in the 1980s.
Whoa.
So now it's sort of like a destination resort today. I'm a little worried. We're staying there.
You are?
We're staying there for the weekend.
Whoa.
And I don't know what my accommodations are, but I'm a little worried because it's an old ass plantation. It won't have air conditioning, and it's,
oh
gonna be hot.
God.
Okay, now the fun stuff, the hauntings.
Yes.
So, if you visit Nottoway, you'll hear all about the hauntings, especially in room 14.
I hope you're staying in room 14.
I'm staying there too. I hope my nephew is, and I can scare the hell out of him.
Yes.
So this is the room that the last private owner of the house, Miss Odessa Owen, died. Some of the resort. Miss Odessa Owen. I don't know why I talk like that. That's not really the accent of my people. But some of the resort employees speak with certainty about the plantation's apparitions. This is obviously copied and pasted, guys. So maybe they don't believe them, but maybe it's just entertainment for guests. But they have had supernatural events. So one of the things in room 14, the ghost that lives there or that hangs out there has a thing for women's long hair.
Oh shit! And Marcy, your hair is so long.
It's down to my crack.
Feet.
Yeah, it's down to my
keeps getting stuck in doors and stuff and trees.
A real tangled situation here. So at least one woman reported the lights going out while she was showering, and the next thing she felt was a cold hand on her neck moving her long hair.
No.
And a different woman said that the tub jerked toward the wall while she showered.
What?
And the tub just lurched towards the wall.
Ew. That's fucked up, man. Sick.
And that apparently she tried to reason with the ghost.
Whoa.
Whereupon the tub jolted back into place, but the claw feet fell off.
What? Wow.
I think the tub broke, but that's just I think
that is very funny. It lurched and then that's so funny.
So several female guests have vacated the room after unusual experiences. So the carriage house is also haunted by the spirit of a young girl who died 150 years ago. There's even security footage showing the pale form of a girl wandering the parking lot. And
whoa.
So they think that maybe she's waiting for a former carriage driver.
Oh, to pick her up, take her to prom.
She's like, come on. In one of those 1800 proms. And then, let's see, one of the housekeeping staff, she says that she saw a ghost. When she entered a bedroom, she saw an elderly woman dressed in 19th century nightgown and cap sitting at the edge of a bed. And as the woman rose from the bed, she disappeared. And the staff member believes that's Mrs. Randolph's spirit. So now it's like a destination for weddings, and there's a story of a bride who had an unwelcome experience on the third floor. Oh. She was admiring her surroundings when a hand grabbed hers and held it firmly. She thought it was her new husband who had come to join her, and she turned to greet him only to find that she was completely alone, and she was very frightened, but she was adamant that someone had grabbed her hand, moved it, and squeezed it.
Oh shit.
It's I think, and I'll find out for sure, maybe we'll forget to report back, but it said that the Nottoway staff keeps a journal of all the paranormal activity, and that if you go there, maybe you can have some activity yourself.
You gotta ask.
I'll say this, this won't air for a bit because So if I go there and we have a haunting, I will do a follow-up.
Yes, you have to.
So in 30 seconds, if you hear me tell a ghost story, or if we're not done, it's because I got a fucking scary story.
I hope you're taking a shower and the tub breaks.
I hope someone washes my hair for me.
Wouldn't
Please.
that be awesome? It feels so good.
You know what my one wish in life is like to be like, I wish someone would brush my teeth and wash my face while I lay in bed.
Oh, I know.
Just do it.
Just take care of that business while I can just kind of be.
Basically just like a facial, but that's all facials are. They just wash your face. And
They rip it apart.
They rip it apart.
Yeah.
They tear yours apart.
Yeah.
They shred it all up.
They shred it.
Like ribbons of skin.
Just pulling it off. Nasty.
So
that was great. You
Nottoway
gotta
Plantation.
tell us all about it.
I'm gonna. Oh man, what could I trick my niece and nephew into doing? I can't wait.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Well, if you
That's
guys
great.
have been, and like I said, I don't really co-sign on the plantation thing, but I can't control it. So if you've been to any like haunted locations or have any spooky stories, or
Send them to us.
send it to us. If you've seen any like weird lights in the sky,
Oh yeah. Weird sleep paralysis.
dream things,
Yeah,
out of
dream
body
things.
experience. Man, I would love someone with a near death experience too.
Yeah.
NDEs, baby.
Come on.
Email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Yes, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
And if you would go and subscribe and rate and review us, that would be
Hell.
the fucking coolest.
It would be
man.
tight as hell.
Yeah, and tell your friends, spread the word about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Betsy.
Oh my God, Marcy.
I am very excited
Me
about
too.
our guests.
I'm so pumped.
Oh, we met him a year ago, and I was immediately so charmed by him.
Yes, me too.
You have seen him on the FX show Pose.
Oh, so good.
Social media star Johnny Sibilly.
Yay! Welcome.
Thank you. I'm
How are you?
Good. My face hurts from smiling so much.
Oh, thank you for being on our podcast.
Yeah, thank you. We really
for
appreciate
having me.
it.
I'm so happy.
Truly, I remember meeting you and being like, he's so fun. He's so immediately so nice and so fun. And
Oh,
so,
thank you.
what
That was
a-
a fun
I've never
night.
heard that before.
No,
I'm
that's
just
not
kidding.
true.
Maybe once or twice.
Maybe you've heard that you're a fun time. So we always start. Well, also Betsy and I were just talking about how much you're amazing on Pose.
Thank
so
you.
good.
Also, so
and you
cool.
lost 30 pounds for
I did.
it.
I lost
That's
weight to.
so crazy that
sickly.
in this day and age, people still have to do that.
Yeah. Well, he was sick. I mean,
Yes.
so it wasn't like.
Yeah.
You know.
But like you would think with lighting and makeup, you can do a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, they did. We did a lot of prosthetic makeup to make it look a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see, but it was also like, oh my God, people had to like look like, go through this. But such a great experience in like, challenging yourself, and then also seeing the art behind all of the things that they do on set.
Yeah. Do they pay you extra when they make you lose weight? Mm-hmm. Good.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I would imagine they would have to, that you're like, because you're not just working on the days,
Right.
you're working for months before.
right. And it's like, and I think it was a month or two in between the two episodes that I had. So it was a expedited situation,
Yes.
Yeah, because I think when I went on the first episode, they were like, oh, you're like the vision of health. And I was like, that's not for my character. That's not the best thing to hear. So I kind of knew it was coming, but it also, it definitely told more for the story. And I mean, even like Matt Bomer, when he was in the normal heart, he had to lose. I mean, he went through a whole transformation.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was like, I feel so Matt Bomer right now. Like,
Yes. Oh
but I think it was all part of the authentic storytelling. So I was
Yeah.
obviously like,
Yeah.
pumped. And then the extra money didn't hurt.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't want me to eat
Sweet.
food, you better give me money.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
So we always start by asking our guests, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
I believe the paranormal exists. I don't know. A lot of times everyone thinks it's like a scary thing. But I think anything that's not that you're not used to is kind of scary anyway.
Yeah.
But also I've heard so many stories of like great paranormal things of like my husband that passed away, and then I was like, oh, uplifting. It's like very touched by an angel Della Reese kind of situation. I mean, my story isn't that, but but I love those stories.
We haven't asked all of our guests this recently, but did you grow up Catholic by any chance?
We grew up born again Christian.
Okay.
Whoa.
Only because a lot of Catholics I find that Catholics are already had predisposition to believing in the paranormal.
I mean, I come from a Cuban Dominican family, so like the paranormal is such a thing, and like saints and this, that, and the other is But my mom, we were Catholic, and then she was a born again Christian, and then I don't know how they felt about. I think everything was God talking to you. And then it's like, okay.
All signs, all God.
Right. Or demons. There was no in between.
Yeah. I feel, and that's kind of the deal with Catholic, because I'm Catholic, was. I'm not anymore. I promise. But like more scary than positive. Like more of like, you're going to burn in hell rather than like just... it could be a good thing.
Also, like just growing up like in the South in the Bible Belt, like people will say like God put it in my heart, or like that's the devil talking there, and you're like,
it's like people in LA with their horoscopes. It's like, oh, I'm late because I'm a Cancer. It's like, no, you're just inconsiderate.
You're just poor.
Cancer's late. I didn't even know that. I just
Betsy has suffered through me blaming a lot of stuff on Mercury in retrograde, and it's like, well, maybe you just are sort of not paying attention really well.
Well, recently I made like a tweet making fun of Mercury in retrograde, and then all these bad things started happening to me. I was like, maybe it's real.
Oh my gosh! Whoops a daisy.
Yeah.
Well, Mercury is always in retrograde. It feels
not
like
right now.
It's not.
Not until June.
Okay, well, that's so soon.
No, it's not. We're fine.
Let's get all of our stuff done now.
Honestly, it works out perfect for pilot season. That Mercury in retrograde ended in March, and it starts again in June, so you can get all your contracts signed.
Yeah, let's get those coins.
God.
Get your lawyer to look over things, but still, it's probably fine to sign a contract now.
Yeah.
So you grew up in like the religious family, sort of like. So did they have any experiences? Or?
Not that I know of. I think my parents never talked about it, and I think my mom, if she did, she was like, I'm not going to scare my kids because we were all very sensitive.
Yes.
But I remember for me, we lived in Germany at one point when I was like 4 years old.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, because my parents were in the army. So we lived in Germany. I went to this little school that everyone spoke English. I think it was on base. And we did this thing where everyone brought what's it called? Like a stuffed animal, their favorite stuffed animal to school, and left it overnight. And then all the kids.
What a horrible challenge for a child.
I know.
So we all, like, everyone in the class brought their favorite toy or
their
whatever.
second favorite.
Yeah.
I'm keeping Snuffy at home, dude.
So then the next morning when we got to class, the whole room was like a mess. It looked like someone had thrown a party. So they made it seem as though the stuffed animals had thrown a party the night before.
That is so cute.
And I saw like my stuffed animal in the corner with like an orange. So like after that, I just believed that everything came to life. It was very Toy Story before Toy Story.
Yes.
Because Toy Story came out in like, what, 94? And this was way before that. So one night my parents are watching Chucky. I'm 4 years old and I'm sitting in front of the TV and I see a toy and I'm like, oh my God, a toy. And then it kills someone and I was like, I think it like my innocent was gone that day. And like I question like, why was I watching Chucky?
I feel like I know so many people where they're like, and then Nightmare on Elm Street came on. And why was I there?
Yeah, I remember being taken to bed, but I don't know if it was before the movie was done or after.
It was enough for you to see that doll murder someone.
And it wasn't that night, but later on in the week, I was sleeping. I had a whole Ninja Turtle room. I'm just painting a picture. Whole Ninja Turtle room, bed, like a wooden frame bed, sleeping like an angel. My parents were on the 4th floor. We had a 4-story like townhouse, which at that age looked like a mansion, but thinking about it now, it's probably like the smallest little townhouse ever.
Very narrow.
So thin.
And I remember waking up in the middle of the night, up, like getting out of bed, and not in that sense of like you're just kind of groggy. I was like fully awake, and I look at the edge of my bed and there's a Chucky doll staring at me, and it says, "Do you want to play?"
No.
And I go,
Oh my God.
I screamed and I ran up to my parents' room, and they had like it was like I wouldn't say a spiral staircase, but one of those that goes like that.
Yes.
And I felt like I was running up the stairs forever.
Oh.
And they're like, "No, you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything." I'm like, "No, I honestly," and to this day, I'm like, I saw
Chucky.
Something. It was Chucky. It had the hair. It had the overalls. And then after that, it was very hard for me to sleep for like weeks after. But then years later, I had put it out of my mind, and I remember I was like 10 or 11, old enough to like beat someone up in school.
Yep.
Which I never did. It was always the other way around. But
you know that age where we can all take someone else.
Right, exactly. So I woke up and the same exact thing happened.
What the fuck?
And I was
in
like,
a different house.
Yeah, in a different house. Like, I was like, is this someone following me in the shape of Chucky?
Oh my God.
So it's like, and
also at this point, Chucky has become really, really campy and silly.
Yeah.
And
Jennifer Tilly is his wife.
Yeah. Oh my God. I saw her at the GLAAD Awards the other day, and she was like talking. I'm like, oh my God, that's the bride of Chucky. She's done much more than that, but such an iconic part.
That's all I care about.
Bride of Chucky and Liar Liar. Yeah. That's it.
But those were the 2 times in my life where I felt so scared of like, because I don't know. I say it felt real because it was.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I saw, it wasn't that dark where it was like, you know, when you like wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, did I see something?
Yes. Yeah.
No, it was, I was
like you saw this
blinking and going like that. Yeah.
The red stripes, the overalls.
Everything. It was like,
ew.
And it was so scary. And then I watched Bride of Chucky when I was a little older. I'm like, oh, please, this isn't scary at all. But like, it was the scariest
now
thing.
they're doing a reboot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's I think it's supposed to be scary again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
like
excited.
saying all this, and tonight I'm going to go home and wake up. And
You're going to wake
like,
up and Chucky's going to be right there.
Play. Honestly, that movie it really fucked up a lot of people of our generation, I think.
Yeah.
I remember they had those talking cricket dolls that came out in the 80s.
Oh, we've talked about that.
Then my parents bought me one for Christmas, and I beheaded it one night because I was afraid.
I threw my sister's cricket off the bed and broke it
That
because
is
I
amazing.
hated cricket.
Yeah, anytime I see now as an adult, I see like little kids with toys that are like, hug me or like talk. I'm like, get that thing away from me.
No. Yeah, get it out of here.
Or like old ladies that have houses with like dolls that are just
Ew.
Yeah.
You're just like begging.
It's so fucking gross. Yeah, you're begging to get haunted.
Yeah.
If you have a nasty doll room. Yeah.
Also, when I used to babysit, and this is a thing that I'm sure has happened to a lot of people with kids, but when like little whatever, like the whatever toy you have that makes a noise, when the batteries start to go dead, it starts to go off more.
Yes.
Like something about a battery dying makes it go off. But I have been woken up in the middle of the night multiple times, like house sitting, and then to like a and like, yes, I want to believe it's paranormal, but also I was like, nope, it's just the batteries. That's all it is.
Right.
Ew. That's like I think it was Insidious 2 or 3 where the only scares were people bumping into toys.
That's God, that's amazing.
Pretty weak. Those movies.
What it's funny, it's like every friend that I would tell, because I would tell that story to like all my friends over the years.
Yeah.
I'm like, one time Chucky and then everyone's like, what? I'm like, I'm not making this up.
Yeah, if
like,
you were to say it was anything, if you were to describe what Chucky is instead of saying Chucky, I think people might be more freaked out by it, but it's because it has become like
They're like, a celebrity ghost wouldn't be in here. Or like, you know what I mean?
Yep. Oh my God.
Like
Who
name
played
dropping
Chucky?
my paranormal.
What, is it Gilbert Godfrey? No, Gilbert Godfrey
God,
does not
if
play
Gilbert
Chucky.
Godfrey played
My-
Chucky,
That would be so great.
the world would be a
I
better
hope
place.
in the reboot he does.
I'm gonna tweet that and hopefully
It'll make it happen.
casting
Yes,
sees
make it happen. Oh, put it out there in the world.
And so your parents were just like, that is not real. Did you tell them again when you were older?
No.
You were just like, well, no point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, nothing happened. And my parents weren't the type that like, let's sleep in our bed. It's okay. It was like, you're going to go back to your room now.
Yep.
And it's going to be okay. And when I went back and he wasn't there, I was like, he's not here anymore. They're like, yeah, because he never was. I was like, he was here.
But he could be anywhere now.
Yeah. Oh
Right?
my-
That's what they didn't tell you.
Yes.
He could be
Ew.
anywhere
You know,
now.
me as a parent, I'd probably be an asshole.
I would probably go try to find a Chucky
Yeah.
doll.
I think
and
that's
then,
the thing, is to go find him.
Yeah.
To go say you're going to find him.
My
Oh no! I think I would buy one and then scare the shit out of my kid.
yeah,
apart.
that's bad. I think that's abuse.
My niece was here last week and she's 9, and we went to the wax museum, not Madame Tussauds, because we didn't know that was the one you were supposed to go to.
Oh,
We
the
went to-
Hollywood one.
Which is-
yes.
Go
like
to.
they're all melting there.
Yeah, yes.
And there's like this little hallway that's all like scary characters.
Oh.
And I remember she's just like, she was very scared and like just tiptoeing through, and I'm like, "Ah!" And she's like, "Ah!"
Also, it's
love
dark
that.
in there.
Yeah.
It is really spooky.
It was actually very scary. And I don't know if Chucky was there actually, but there was like a Hellraiser. Do you remember Hellraiser? That was
yeah.
the only other
Hellraisers.
one that I was like, that's terrifying.
Now, as an adult, what do you think that was? Like, do you have any theories of what it was? Like it
was Chucky.
It was Chucky.
It's fucking Chucky, dude.
I don't know. That's the thing. It was so real that I can't even like put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I
know?
mean, to me, because like I immediately thought that it must be like some kind of trickster thing,
Right.
That's taking on like a form that could scare
Or
a
like
kid.
a bad dream that I felt was real. Because I've had dreams where I'm like, this feels so real. Oh, wait, I
Yep.
woke up. It's not real.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it wasn't that. I was fully awake. And, because I was 4. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anything from
Yes.
4. I remember falling down the stairs once, and
Yeah.
I remember getting all
hitting your
traumatic
head
things.
and then
Yeah.
Chuck,
Yeah.
and then watching the movie Chucky,
Right.
and then that night,
Yeah. Or really, really good things like that. The time in class, which was like really great. So I'm like,
Oh.
toys are alive and they're amazing.
Yes.
It wasn't until Toy Story came out that I was like, oh, maybe they are good.
yes.
Because
that
this
it-
whole time I'm like, toys are horrible. Like,
Toys are evil.
I do think an adult letting children think that a toy can come alive at night is a mistake.
I think it's
I think it's a
cute.
mistake because if they can come alive at night, then like they're sneaking around behind your back.
yeah.
And so therefore you can't
You
trust
don't
them.
trust them?
You can't trust them.
That's so sad.
There's like even like the Indian in the cupboard.
Oh my
yeah,
God, I
I
love
remember
that movie.
that.
That was sad.
Yeah.
That book, I remember reading the book at school, and it was such a sad
Yeah.
and like really freaky because they don't.
Wait, what happened?
I believe that
feel like-
Someone died.
someone kills one of the
Oh, yeah.
characters, kills the other character,
Oh,
and then is like
shit.
Because
really
the Native
traumatized.
American
And the cowboy-
kills the cowboy or something.
And then is like traumatized. Like
Yeah.
he's so upset that he's actually killed. Like
Yeah.
they always had a fight, but once he was, and they were kept on different shelves,
Right.
So they weren't actually able to get to. I'm not remembering this super well because I
Yeah.
was a child when I read it. But then once they actually were able to get to each other, he killed him because the guy was antagonized him. It makes sense, but it's also like very strange and like what a devastating.
Why would thinking about that now as an adult? It's like, why was I able to watch that as a kid? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they made us read it in school. That's not fair. I hate reading
Yeah.
books.
I know. I got to watch the movie. I didn't even know the book
lucky.
existed.
You must be a little younger than me.
Yeah, I think I read the book at some point.
But yeah, I think kids thinking things can come to life is very scary.
It's very scary.
I thought it. I didn't ever think it was scary.
Well, that's because Chucky wasn't alive.
That's
when
because Chucky.
Yeah,
Chucky
Chucky
was
never
not
tried
a
to
part of
get
my
you, I
life.
guess.
Yeah. Chucky never got me.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
and we're back. So
I'm so excited.
You know, it's funny you reminded me, but I did see it on your IMDb. Your first acting job was Celebrity Ghost Stories.
That's right.
Yes. Wait, what'd you do?
I played a young Nick Torturo. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
John Torturo's brother, I think.
They were
Yes.
really reaching
Yeah.
for celebrities.
The same episode, it was like Nick Torturo, Andy Dick, and Betsy Johnson in the same episode.
I definitely
my
have seen that. Oh my God. I don't remember it, but because I have a terrible memory. But like that is how I got through all of my babysitting gigs.
Celebrity Ghost Stories.
Yes. That's all I would watch.
It was
I
very intense.
I didn't have cable, but I'd go to rich people's houses and their kids would go to sleep, and then I would watch Celebrity Ghost Stories every Saturday night.
That's a good one.
It's so good.
It was so interesting because I mean, obviously they play it out as it's like creepily happening.
Yes.
So there was one point, I think the story was his wife, her dad had passed away, and their mom was telling them the story about how they met and how he always used to play this guitar. And they're sitting at the table, and Nick's like, I was closing my eyes, and all of a sudden I could hear it. I could hear the guitar. And then he's like, and then I opened my eyes, and it was still there. And he like asked everyone at the table, he's like, do you guys hear that? And they're like, no, what is it? And he's like, it's the guitar. And so he runs upstairs and opens the window, and there's the ghost of her dad outside.
What?
Was it her dad or like her mom's like first love? One of those two.
Yeah.
But I remember when we filmed it, it was so scary because everything was dark. And I don't scare very easily, but when they have the lights and all those things, and like the guy's like ghostly like playing the guitar, and everything's quiet, and you can just hear the or like when we were at the table, it was all super dark, and there was like it was candlelit. Like if you guys go on YouTube and like look up Nick Torturo Ghost Stories, you'll see what I'm talking about. But
yes.
It was pretty creepy. Like to even be on set thinking that was like the story, and then they would play it because we would have to hear what Nick said, and then it was very, very creepy. And like I watched a lot of the other episodes, and I was like, oh, this is much more scary than my episode. At least this was like a loved one coming back and playing a song. Like other ones were like crazy.
Almost like half of the stories are someone moving to LA for the first time and moving into an apartment that was like someone had been murdered, and then they kept like all their glasses shattered.
Have you been on the Dearly Departed tour?
Yes. Yes.
It's so good.
I haven't yet. I want to go so bad.
It's really fun. The guy who like does it has a lot of canned jokes.
Does he?
A lot of canned jokes. Like just like you can tell he like does this every time.
Great.
But I've never done it at night or anything.
Oh my God. I just remember, because he has like the music playing in the van, right?
Yes.
I did it like when I first came to LA at 17, because me and my best friend were like TMZ, Perez Hilton, like crazy freaks. And we're like, where are we going? We got to go to all the spots. And then her mom was like, no, guys, we got to go on this tour I heard about. And we're like, that sounds terrible. And then we get on and we're like freaking out. We like drove by the Menendez house and like
my God,
where Sharon Tate was murdered. And he's like telling the story, and we're like looking at the house, and it was like... It's so scary, but like broad daylight.
Yes.
Then you're like in a cemetery, like looking at Betty Davis's grave and stuff.
The most fun part was when he took us to George Michael, rest in peace, his bathroom where he got caught.
Yes.
For soliciting a police officer, and I was like, this doesn't. Why is this part of the
deal? Honestly, it's just on the route, guys.
It's like the infamous bathroom. I'm like, also, we're kind of kids-ish. Like,
my goodness.
Like, should we not hear about that?
Yeah, but it was like, it's something I'll always remember because it was such a fun, like, not a like that's where Meryl Streep lives. But I think we did pass by Kathy Bates' house on the same tour.
That's funny that they point out everything. I also feel like they like you'll hear like that kind of like scary stuff or like I don't know, but like it is like a bunch of weird like just history facts.
Yeah.
It's always fun to do that. Any town you go to do whatever version of a ghost tour they have.
So
it
true.
is
And then
really
just go
fun.
fact check it later and see how
I want to go to like
Yeah.
Salem and like do that.
I want to go so bad
Yes.
around Halloween.
Yes.
I think it would be so fun.
Have you ever been to any psychics or anything like
Oh, yeah,
that?
dude.
I've been outside while my mom got her cards read.
Oh, yeah.
And she used to get
She
it
was like,
done
this
quite
is
a bit.
private. You can't hear my business.
Yeah, well, she would come out and be like, and then she told me I was going to marry. I remember one afternoon she was talking to my grandma, and she was like, my mom was like a single mom, and she was like, she said that I would be marrying a man with, that was older than me, which crazy because I'm not attracted to guys that are older than me. And he was gonna have white to golden hair and and she's like, isn't that crazy? And that he was gonna take care of me financially while I got on my feet. Never forget this. And then years later, my mom marries my stepdad, who has white hair and is older than her. And, he wasn't like rich, but he was definitely, he had just finished retiring, I think, when they were starting to date. And I remember my mom being like, because they got married, she's like, the psychic always said it was going to be a man with white hair. And I was like, okay.
Okay, but you did not.
But I was like, maybe she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was just taking a stab in the dark about like.
I mean, because that's pretty broad. Like,
yes,
older than you.
Yeah,
like you're a
financially
woman.
sound.
You're going to marry
Every day
someone.
she's like, when were you born? They're like, oh, in March, blah, blah, blah. She's like, that's a month after me. He's older.
Yeah.
Like,
It's correct. It's funny how all that vague stuff. You're like, it fits.
Mm-hmm.
It fits.
Yeah.
But you've never done any yourself.
No, I kind of want to, even though I'm so like skeptical that I'm like, but I also am one of those people that I will obsess over it.
Yeah.
If they're like,
Yeah.
you're going to do this. I'm like, okay, so this is what I got to prepare for. So,
Yeah.
like,
So you're always
Yeah.
looking
I'm
out
such
for
a
whatever.
planner that I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah, I think that's probably good to like stay. If it's something that you think will truly affect you,
Yeah.
then like maybe, I don't know, because like it's so like hit or miss with like if you're gonna find a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the ones that are kind of more about not what will definitely happen, but what you could make happen and how you can make it happen. Like
The Secret?
like the manifesting,
Oh,
all that stuff.
Whoa,
yeah, like sort of like
yeah.
The Secret. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? Speaking of pose, my best friend, Trace Lissette, if you guys haven't seen,
I already fangirled about her offline.
She's incredible.
she's an actress. Check her out. When I first met her, she was in the ballroom scene or whatnot. And like, she's always been in the ballroom scene since I've known her and all that stuff. And I remember one night thinking like, it would be so cool to be on a show about that scene, because we would like stay up late watching YouTube videos of like history about it and stuff.
Yes.
I'm like, it would be so great if we could be on a show like about that. And I would just keep thinking about that and thinking about that and thinking about that. And I remember when we were both sitting in her apartment when Pose was announced on like Deadline.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, look, they're making a show or whatever. But I think she knew about it before, but that's the first time I found out. And I like immediately told my agent, I'm like, I have to be on this show.
Yes.
I don't care if it's a no speaking part. But it was like, I had been thinking about that for years. But also because that movie Paris is Burning, I'm like, why has no one
Yes.
I
made a
love that
show or a movie
movie.
about it? It's like queer history that's super important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it happened. And I
Yeah.
was like, and then Ryan Murphy, I was like, if I could work for anyone in Hollywood, I would love to be on a Ryan Murphy show. And then
And it fucking happened.
So like that manifesting stuff, I do really feel that it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Now I got to start working on a next
Yeah,
start
manifestation.
manifesting some more.
Start
Yeah.
focusing on that. Yeah.
Isn't that just also so fucking cool
And
of
it's-
dreaming about it and then it's happening.
It's almost like, and then it's happening. And you're like, is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, this feels like, it almost feels like it was easy because it was always in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that was easy. But obviously there was so much that happened before that wasn't super easy.
Yes,
you know?
of course. Yeah.
But it was in acting class, you know, our acting coach, me and Trace's acting coach, always used to say, where do you see yourself, blah blah blah, and people would be like, well, I would love to be on a show, like, you know, it'd be great to be just working. And he's like, no, what do you want?
Yes.
Specifically, do you want to be a series regular? What network do you want to be on? Who do you want to? And I'm like, wow, that's like super specific. And I think that really does help when you have like your mindset on something specific.
I think it helped. I think like in the kind of like manifesting way, it's helpful, but also just like career wise, when people are like, what do you want to be doing? If you're like anything, it's just like, well,
I just want to make money. It's like, literally you could make, like, you know,
it's like wanting to date and being like, whoever will have me.
Yes.
It's like,
that's so funny and spot on.
It's like, yeah, okay, it's gonna be a rough ride then. Like, whoever will have me, I think it'll be fun. It's like, well, good luck.
Just happy to be nominated.
Keep in mind. I gotta keep in mind.
You know what I also have a lot happen to me is deja vu.
Oh.
Like at least once or twice a week I have deja vu. And it's always so, I'm like, it's out of body experience, like when it's happening. Like the last time I was at CrossFit on Tuesday, and I was like, I done this before, like, and this has been happening to me for years, this deja vu thing. And my sister the other day was like, because my sister's very like spiritual and crystals and
Yep.
And she was like, you know, that means everything's going the way it's supposed to be going. And I'm like, that sounds great, but like it's crazy to me, like the most specific details.
Yeah.
And then it goes away.
Yep.
And then I'm like, wait, what was it?
Yeah, it's just like a moment where you're like, this has happened before.
That like That's So Raven moment I have.
Yes.
It really feels
That's
like that.
crazy that you have it so often.
So often. It's insane.
I wonder I've heard people say it's just like your brain is like processing it, or like memories are kind of created immediately, sort of whatever the reason for it in science is. But like, it does feel like it must mean something else, or like, is it like a parallel overlapping or like,
that's what I think.
you think it's a parallel life overlapping sort of thing?
Really?
I don't know.
Because it is.
I haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
I have it all the time.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
You know what I have a lot? I have like scent things that happen a lot.
Oh.
Where like I just smell something.
Smell something and does it remind you of something, or you just smell that thing?
Because then I smell stuff too, man. I have a scent thing
I
every
smell
day.
things that no one else smells though. Like I smell a lot of stuff. Like last night I was like, it smells like perfume outside, and then I was like, it's probably the jasmine blooming or whatever.
Yeah, it's
like,
a good time right now in LA to smell.
But I think I smell like things that no one else can smell.
Yeah.
And then they'll smell them weeks later.
Oh.
Whoa.
Just as long as it's not like burnt toast, because then it's like
I smell burnt toast
but
often,
let me tell you,
and my whole left side goes numb a lot.
Can I tell you though, truly, I had a moment where I thought something was really bad happening to me, because it was like in New York about 10 years ago, lived in Brooklyn, and it just smelled like pancakes and syrup.
Ooh.
And I was like, what is this? And I was like concerned.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a stroke? What is happening? And apparently all of the places on the outer parts of the boroughs were smelling it, because it was like a factory in New Jersey that was creating this scent for something.
What?
And we were all smelling.
Do you smell this pancake?
It was smelling like syrup. Yeah.
What scent? What were they making? Candles?
I don't know what they were making.
Also, that sounds amazing.
I know.
But I was like, this is
whatever
upsetting.
that is.
Why am I smelling this? Is something wrong with me?
God, wouldn't that be awful if when you had a stroke or something, you smelled your favorite food?
That is traumatizing.
No pizza!
Is this delicious or
nachos?
danger?
Shit!
Johnny, could we listen to a ghost story with you?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to pull one up.
Hi, ladies. Love the podcast. My name's Russ. I'm from Ohio, and I have a ghost story for you. Prepare to shit your pants. Back in early July of 2016, my sister called me up and asked me if I would house sit for her while her and her family go on vacation. If not house sit, at least check in on the dogs, make sure they're okay, fed, and entertained a bit. So I told her okay, I'd do it. So the day of, I show up, get the keys before they leave, and right before my sister left, she kind of whispered, "Don't worry, they're nice people." And I should add that over the years, my sister would always mention how when the kids were a lot younger, they would see people at night, and a lot of weird stuff would just happen in general. She would never go into detail because she knew that I thought it was all a bunch of bullshit, and which I did. So fast forward later that night in the living room. I've thrown the ball around, watching TV, playing with the dogs, and I ended up throwing the ball into the next room that goes by the staircase that goes upstairs. And all the dogs gave chase to the ball, and there's 3 of them, by the way. All of them gave chase, but one of them stopped right at the bottom of the staircase, looked upstairs, and started growling. So I thought that was kind of strange, weird. Didn't know what to think about that. So I got up and made my way over the staircase and the dog and see what was going on. And out of nowhere, a ball comes rolling down the stairs. And the thing about this ball was it wasn't the ball. So right then and there, I was kind of spooked, to say the least. Didn't know what to think about that. Didn't know how to process that. So I sat there for probably 2 minutes, and eventually I started making my way up the stairs into complete darkness. And the thing about the house is, I've been there a ton, but I am not familiar with it. I didn't know where all the light switches were. But eventually I made my way upstairs and got all the lights on, looked around, and I couldn't find anything or anyone that would have been responsible of rolling that ball down the stairs. So at that point, honestly, I just wanted to leave. But I ended up staying the night. I ended up sleeping in the master bedroom. And I remember locking it. Well, I can't say that. I remember closing the door. I remember latching it and jumping in bed with the dogs. And I remember covering it up pretty well. Anyway, I remember waking up at I think it was 1:43 in the morning, because I remember hearing a creaking sound, and I lifted my head out of the covers, and first thing I saw was the clock, 1:43, and then I looked over to the door, and the door is slowly opening, and when you're just waking up, you don't know what's going on, so I'm just thinking, one of the dogs going out or coming in, and the door opened a good, almost halfway. And I turn around and I realize all the dogs are on the bed. So at that point, I am, I don't want to say freaked out, but I was freaked out. And I remember just getting up, going out, looking around, make sure nobody's in the house. And there wasn't anybody in there. And I remember coming back upstairs, closing the door, locking it this time, and jumping in bed and covering up really good. So nothing else happened that I know of the rest of the night. But when I went downstairs the next morning, walked in the kitchen, and then, I've heard this, I don't know, a lot. I never believed it, but you hear it all the time. Anyway, I walked in the kitchen, and all the cupboard doors were wide open. And at that point, I pretty much said, screw this, I'm done. Got my stuff, and I left. And ever since that day, I've never been in the house alone. But then again, I've been back, and I haven't, I've yet to witness anything or anything strange or weird since that day. But anyway, that's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh my
That was
my
very
God.
spooky and good.
That fucked
So
me
good.
up.
Yeah.
Those ghosts were really hitting
Yeah.
they were paying attention to Hollywood.
They had all the tropes, of like a ball coming down the stairs. Also,
All
when
the
he said it was a
cupboards
different
opened.
Ball.
Oh my
It was
god!
a different ball.
It's like, where are these balls coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would fucking yell at my sister so much if she was like, "Oh, don't worry, the people are nice."
That
I'd be
was
like,
the
"No, you
perfect setup
stop."
for that because
they're nice people. Oh,
they're nice people. Like, also, what are you doing while these people are walking around your house? Like, hey,
Yes.
Phil, could you close the cupboard? Like,
Damn it, Phil! Come on.
did you make the dog piss in the hallway?
Shit.
like,
Yeah.
also, if there's people in her house that she knows, why don't they just take care of the dog? Why is she having her brother come over?
I
and
guess
take-
ghosts are only capable of so much.
True.
like, hey, just let them out the back door. You know the one you always come
Yeah,
through.
the one that you always slightly open.
And clearly, one of the dogs didn't like the people.
yeah.
So
True. Wow. That's a great story.
My favorite's like all the dogs were on the bed. It's like, could you imagine? They're just like,
Yeah, like it's none of us. We're sleeping, dude.
Hey, dude, would love to take the blame for this, but it's
God.
a fucking ghost.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
Ew.
yeah.
Oh man.
Ew.
All the cupboards open. I'm like, what are you looking for in there?
Yeah, yeah.
I
What
lived
a-
in a place that happened a lot. It was on Beechwood,
yeah.
and I
Ooh,
would
Beechwood.
often.
Spooky.
I just was always like, oh, I guess it was like when I first moved to LA, and I was like, well, must be earthquakes.
Yeah.
Or I would, when I had a roommate later, I'd be like, John, did you open all the cupboards last night? And he'd be like, no. That's exactly how he speaks.
No,
No,
I didn't.
I didn't. And I just never really put it together until later when I was like, oh, that's those ghosts.
Yeah.
That's that ghost. Oof, that was so
Also,
good.
I think if you do have a roommate and they leave the cupboards open, that is a true pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
And I don't like that ghosts do it either.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, hey, if you're gonna live here, you two, whoever you are.
yeah.
We've
Take
got
care of
rules.
this place, okay?
Dadgum cupboards. Also, if you have time, we could maybe listen to one more too.
Yeah.
Do you? I got a short one.
sure.
Let me pull it up.
Hey, Betsy and Marcy. First off, I want to say I love y'all's podcast. So I'm excited to share my story. So I've actually had quite a bit of people just growing up, pass away. But one person in particular made me feel like I really was seeing him from the other side. So this was actually an ex-boyfriend. We split up, and then a few months later he had a brain aneurysm and suddenly passed away. So it was really unexpected and pretty devastating. So I'd never seen anything before, like paranormal. But after he passed away, a few days after he passed, I had a dream about him, a really vivid dream. And I was just like, hey, I thought you were gone. And he was like, no, I'm here. I'm right here. and it was just really crazy. And then throughout the past couple of years, I still will have, dreams about him, and, just naturally I kind of like think about him less and less just because a lot of time has passed. But it's really crazy because, for example, recently I had a dream about him, and I hadn't had a dream about him in a while. And then I woke up and realized that it was his birthday. And it was just so crazy to me that, it wasn't even on my mind. And it was something I knew, but I hadn't been thinking about it at all. So, and then, just the past couple of years, when it would be close to his birthday, I feel like things would pop up, like, the pamphlet from his funeral would just show up, and, I hadn't seen it in a long time. So, just little things like that. So that's my story.
That's so sad and tender too,
Yeah,
though.
so sweet.
That and even if there's a chance that's not paranormal, that's just
Right.
something, but what the brain
Right.
is capable of doing,
Yeah.
that you could remember someone
Yeah.
and have a dream about them without knowing that you're remembering them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so many people say that whenever they pass away, and I don't know if it is paranormal, it's almost like they're giving you this closure that you didn't
Yeah.
have.
Yes.
Especially when people pass away unexpectedly, like an aneurysm and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's for him to come to her in a dream and be like, I'm here.
But the pamphlet thing, though, put it over the edge for me of being no, that feels like someone just being
Yeah.
and maybe it is even something along the lines of that if a lot of people are thinking about someone, that,
Right.
that maybe it's just easier for them to be around, or
Oh, yeah.
that they're like if they're family and
Yeah.
they're just well, my ex isn't thinking about it.
Right.
I'll leave
Yeah.
her. That's one thing that guys always do when you stop thinking
When
about
you're
them.
done,
They
They're
pop.
they'll
Hello.
pop back into your life.
I had a coworker that would always say, "Rule number 1: they always come back."
Yeah. It's so true.
It's so
I love,
true.
but even on the paranormal scheme of being an ex-boyfriend,
Yeah.
he's coming. He's
He's
like,
hi,
back.
it's my birthday.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember.
sure, I'm a very nice, sweet guy, but also don't move on.
Because I'll find you.
Oh,
but
that
I
was great.
Really thought that was
And
nice.
she was
too.
so sweet, sounding so
Oh, I
sweet.
know.
Oh.
Both of our listeners had just voices that I was like, oh, I love them
They're
immediately.
both
Yeah.
angels.
For sure.
And also don't want anything bad to happen to
No.
them. So the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, and then what happened?
Please be okay.
It is a thing that, obviously, with paranormal stuff, it means that someone's died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has more and more lately just been there are always a lot of these stories, which I'm glad that we kind of can joke about them, but they're attached to something that is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
And you can't get a ghost without a sad story.
You can't.
Oh,
Unless
these
it's
ghosts.
a very funny death.
Even still,
my
a
gosh.
98-year-old slips on a banana peel.
Yeah. I just read this thing on Instagram yesterday about this woman. There's this famous photograph of this woman that had jumped off the Empire State Building and landed on a car. I'll show you the picture, but she's just elegantly laying on, and then I remember them saying that the security guard went up, and this is before they had the big walls that were built.
Yeah.
So it was she was the 5th person that had jumped, but this was different because there was a photographer that was in photography school across the street. He ran over and took a picture and he published it or whatever.
What?
And she left a note on the little thing. She left her coat folded up nicely with the note, and the note was to her sister, and she's like, please don't tell anyone to mourn for me. I want to cremate myself. Don't have a funeral for me, and tell Dad I'm sorry, I just had too many of Mom's tendencies. And it was and then it was just well, now I want to know. Oh, and she had just been married. So she's like, please tell my my husband that, you know, I'm not someone to have a wife, like, or whatever.
Oh
and
my God.
and I'm like, now I just want to know everything
Yes.
about this woman, because
Yes.
apparently she was really happy right before, when her husband had just left her the morning of. I was just like, insane. But like, then you see the picture and she's just like laying there delicately. And like, disclaimer, like when they pulled her from, she just fell apart.
Of course.
But like, if you see the picture, it just looks like an America's Next Top Model photo shoot.
Oh my God.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they ever did like, okay, and you just jumped off the I've been rewatching it recently.
Yeah. And then you just see them jump like
funny. Like they do
Tyra makes
outrageous.
them, puts them through a bunch of bullshit.
It's fantastic.
And then she'll get upset with them.
Oh
like,
yeah.
you couldn't act like a zebra.
She's like,
Yeah, and then she'll give the note of just her like opening her eyes a little bit wider. She's like, I told you to do this. But then you
The
just
most
did this.
subtle
And she's like,
change.
wait, what?
one of my
That's not a note.
favorite things about anything in like the entertainment industry is like people being like, you're supposed to eat shit and like it. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
such a big note. People's
Yeah.
like, you're supposed to be treated terribly.
Yeah.
And you just
Oh,
suffer.
that's
That's
my
just part of
favorite.
the world.
That's,
Yeah.
I used to get in so many fights when I was a waiter because the chefs are always mean. And one day I was like, why are you talking to me like that?
Good for you.
And my manager's like pulled me into the office. He's the chef. I'm like, I don't give a shit who he is. He's not
Yes.
supposed to talk to me that way. She's like, okay, well.
Good luck.
Yeah, it is funny how we treat people like
Yeah.
Oh,
we could
it's
also
so-
be nice and do all this shit.
I think we could, and I think it would be so much more fun.
that. So
But
and
I'm
we
not-
get much more done.
But I'm still going to treat you like trash, Betsy.
I know Marcy treats me very badly. It's fine. It's fine.
Shut up.
Ow. Ow, my arm. Ow.
I'm just letting my cat bite her. Johnny, this has been so
Thank
much
you
fun.
so
Of
much.
course. Thank
what
you,
a
guys.
dream.
Tell everyone where they should find you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram
Yeah.
at Johnny Sibilly, on Twitter at the same, and then, you know, just be out in the streets. Say hi.
Yeah. Be on these streets. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.